China and America, the world's two superpowers. Whenever we talk about them, images of trade wars, missiles, or diplomacy flash through our minds. But behind the veil of politics, what is life actually like for the common people of these two nations?
Have we ever wondered whose life is more stressful? An office worker in Beijing or one in New York? On one side, we have China's futuristic cities, where you don't need cash or cards, just a QR code to run your world. On the other side, the famous American dream, with its allure of individual freedom and boundless opportunity.
In today's video, we won't be discussing politics. Instead, we'll look at what the data and real-life experiences tell us. From transportation systems to out-of-pocket expenses, from academic pressure to professional freedom, who comes out ahead? Why are people in China working 12 hours a day? And why is it that in America, even with a high income, people often find their pockets empty at the end of the month? If you are planning to live in either of these two countries, today's video will be an eye-opener for you. Let's dive deep. Where is life truly easier? And where is it harder?
Now, let's move on to the most crucial question. At the end of the day, how much money is actually staying in your pocket? The economic battle between China and America is quite interesting.
In China, if you lead a modest lifestyle, your expenses might be lower than you imagine. Think about it. For just $2 to $3, less than 300 takas, you can enjoy a satisfying king-sized meal of street food. In China's small or medium-sized cities, house rent is also quite affordable. While costs are higher in metro cities like Beijing or Shanghai, they are still nothing compared to major American cities. Here, the government provides significant subsidies for transportation and utility bills, which greatly reduces the pressure on the common person. On the other hand, there's America. The income or salaries here might make your eyes pop. Even an average worker can earn several $1,000s a month. But the flip side of the coin is the cost of living. Housing costs in America are currently skyrocketing. And what if you fall ill and have to go to the hospital? Without insurance, a simple checkup could wipe out all your savings. Healthcare here is practically a luxury.
However, there is an interesting twist. If you are fond of branded shoes, iPhones, or expensive cars, America is your paradise. Because of import duties, these luxury items are often sold in China at prices even higher than in the US. To put it simply, if you want to save a lot of money and live like a king on a low budget, China is the best. But if you want to earn big and lead a high-standard luxury lifestyle, then America is your destination.
What is the definition of success to you? Is it a GPA of 5.0, or is it mental peace? When it comes to education and careers, China and America are like the North and South Poles. In China, education is nothing short of a war. They have an exam called Gaokao, which is considered one of the toughest examinations in the world. This few-hour test determines a student's entire future. As a result, Chinese teenagers spend 12 to 16 hours a day just studying. There is no room for sports, no room for entertainment. And when they enter the workforce after finishing their studies, the 996 culture begins. That means working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. From Chinese tech giants to ordinary offices, this culture of overtime is nearly destroying people's personal lives. Here, a career is an endless rat race. On the other hand, the American education system is much more creative and practical.
Here, leadership qualities, sports, and extracurricular activities are given more importance than just a GPA. Students get much more freedom to choose subjects they are passionate about. Regarding work, America places a high value on an office to empty out as soon as the clock hits 5 p.m. No one even dreams of working on the weekends. Consequently, Americans can dedicate sufficient time to their families and hobbies alongside their careers. To put it simply, China is building a hardworking and disciplined generation, while America is fostering a creative and mentally independent one. At the end of the day, if we consider mental health and personal freedom, the USA takes a massive lead in this round.
When we talk about technology,
America's Silicon Valley is the first thing that comes to mind. But when it comes to digital convenience in daily life, China seems to be living in 2030, even though it's 2026. In China, carrying a wallet or cash is considered foolish nowadays because the country has become a completely cashless society. From a roadside tea stall to a massive shopping mall, you can pay for everything using WeChat or Alipay on your phone. Want to know something interesting? Even beggars on the streets of China no longer hold out bowls. Instead, they hang QR codes around their necks to collect money. And their e-commerce system? It's world-class. When you order something on Taobao or TikTok Shop, it sometimes reaches your doorstep in just a few hours. Their logistics are so fast that you'll find yourself wondering, is this some kind of magic? On the other hand, America is the architect of great innovations. Apple, Google, Facebook, all are their contributions. However, in the daily lives of ordinary people, they are still stuck in many old habits. The use of credit cards and paper checks is still widespread in the US. In many places, digital payments are still not as seamless or easy as they are in China.
But America has a huge plus point: internet freedom. In America, you can use all Google services, Facebook, and YouTube without any restrictions. Whereas in China, due to the Great Firewall, you always have to navigate through censorship. To put it simply, China is unrivaled for daily convenience and a high-tech lifestyle. But for innovation and an open-world internet, America is still king. In terms of a smart daily life and convenience, China is the undisputed winner of this round. Food for the soul and the stomach, what we call culture, is another area where these two countries are poles apart. Chinese culture is defined by thousands of years of ancient history and tradition. Their food isn't just about taste, it's an art form. If you visit Beijing or Guangzhou, you'll find a culinary diversity that defies imagination. However, China's biggest wall is its language. Learning Mandarin is one of the most difficult tasks in the world. If you don't know the language, fitting into China will be a challenge as immense as the Himalayas. Foreigners there can often feel a bit set apart or isolated. On the other hand, America is a melting pot, a land of fusion. There isn't just one specific culture here, rather, cultures from every corner of the globe have blended together. If you live in America, you can find Indian curry, Mexican tacos, and Italian pasta all on the same street. And the biggest advantage is the English language. Since people worldwide know English, adapting to life in America is seamless. No matter which country you come from, you can quickly feel like a part of American society. If you are a fan of ancient traditions and unique flavors, China is your place. But if you want diversity and an environment where it's easy to adjust, America is the best. So, what is the final verdict? If you want a high-speed life, a cashless society, and a king-like lifestyle at a low cost, China welcomes you. But if personal freedom, a creative education system, and the desire for high earnings are your priorities, then America, the land of opportunity, is your destination. No country in the world is perfect. Where there is more opportunity, there is often more pressure. Now, the decision is yours. Which life will you choose? Let us know in the comments which country is your favorite. And to see more exclusive comparison videos like this, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. See you in the next video.